You may have seen the story a couple of years ago that Google got in trouble for being so woke it tried to erase European people from their own history. They were forced to admit that they did indeed program their new chatbot, Gemini AI, to be biased. If you didn't see them at the time, here are some of the results. On the left of your screen is the average image of an American woman, apparently. They're all black. And on the right you have an average image of a Swedish woman, and they're all Chinese except one who's black. Similarly, we have images of US senators from the 1800s, a black woman, a Chinese man, an Indian woman, and an American Indian. And then we have images of soldiers from the Third Reich in 1943 with a white man, a Chinese woman, a black man, and a white woman. And surprise, surprise, this sort of thing isn't being practiced only by Google. Here's one of their rivals, ChatGPT. They state here that racial segregation is racist, but black-only spaces are not. ChatGPT is also happy to point out all the problems that are supposedly caused in society by quote-unquote whiteness. However, when it comes to blackness, apparently it can't answer. It's also happy to offer a list of ways in which white people can improve their terrible behaviour, but if you ask the same of Asians, Hispanics or black people, it can't. This is only outdone in its absurdity by the fact that if you complain about this, you will be called the one who's obsessed with race. You will be called the racist, even though these programs are clearly being coded with race communism. But to be honest, it's not these big examples that I'm particularly worried about. For me, it's the AI that's used on a daily basis by youngsters around the Western world who have been fed this information as if it's fact. What this means is that the liberalist regime doesn't have to wait till people get to university to brainwash them anymore. Now they can do it as soon as they're capable of using a computer. But if you're in the older generations, don't feel left out because they're coming for you as well. Apparently, an AI-replicated Michael Parkinson is to host quote-unquote completely unscripted celebrity podcasts. I don't know about you, but this seems highly unethical and dubious to me. Taking somebody who's died and recreating him, as well as moderating what he can and can't say to suit modernist sensibilities, does not seem to be a good idea. Firstly, this is unethical because of the spirit of Michael Parkinson himself. He didn't actually say any of these things, of course. And secondly, it's unethical because we can see that the regime are taking beloved television figures and making them say whatever they want them to. This may seem minor now, but what could this lead to? Shakespeare promoting the supposed benefits of multiculturalism and diversity, Elizabeth I promoting mass immigration. This is so alarming to me because many people across the Western world are waking up and realizing that liberalism and its sister form wokeism are destroying the Western world. However, technologies like this can be used to manipulate public opinion, especially when people are young. This seems to be another nail in the coffin to the idea that the internet was going to provide us with a domain of free speech that cannot be policed. We already know that the powers that be want us to listen to their narrative and their narrative only, even though we know they're lying and they know we know they're lying. So I think we're going to have to be very vigilant with this, especially towards young people who haven't yet figured out how the system actually works. We already have a decreasing number of people being born in the Western world, and if they're brainwashed by the time they get to school, we really don't stand much of a chance. These are just my views, however, do let me know what you think down below, and do consider subscribing to the channel.